In the last episode, Desmond Bane was able to sink this clutch free throw and put the Grizzlies to a 2-2 series. He also had 14 assists, and the entire starting roster was able to have double-digit points, including Luke Kennard off the bench. Now it is time for Game 6 here back in Memphis after dropping another game to the Pelicans. Will we be able to close this matchup out, or are we going to be forced to go to a Game 7 in New Orleans? Let's find out how this story continues. To start the second quarter, Memphis is down by about 10 points, and despite them trying to scrap and claw to get their way back in this one, the Pelicans just keep answering back. Kennard hits a 3, but then Brandon Ingram comes right back with a dunk. However, by the beginning of the fourth quarter, the Pelicans only have a 2-point lead. And looking at the box score, it's clear we need more production from our young players. And looking at their starters, Dyson Daniels cannot miss. Here we go on the inbound pass. He knocks down a 3, giving them a 16-point lead. The fourth quarter has completely blown wide open. Desmond Bane at the top of the key kicks it down to Jaren Jackson Jr., who puts the floater in. It's a 14-point ball game. Jaren Jackson Jr., 20 points tonight. Is it too little too late? McCollum isoing at the top. Brandon Ingram from the elbow. He shoots it, knocks it in. He's got 14 points. And after a fourth quarter collapse, it's pretty clear Memphis cannot close it out, and it's going to be a Game 7 in New Orleans. I'm happy with the way the starters played overall. Both of our guards had a double-double, but it wasn't good enough. And there are a lot of Game 7s in this first round of the playoffs. Can the 7th seed Memphis Grizzlies take down the New Orleans Pelicans, take down the team with a ton of offensive firepower between Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson? A lot of contributions from their young players. How is this series going to end? Let's find out. I'm starting off here in the live sim, and as you can see, New Orleans getting off to a pretty hot start. No one has made a three-pointer through 11 attempts so far, and now Memphis is starting to claw back in it. They're up by 3. Now they're down by 1. It's going back and forth. It's really anyone's game here in the first half. New Orleans getting out to a nice lead now. It's over 10 points to get into this third quarter. Now we're going live on the court. Desmond Bane isoing. He gets blocked by Dyson Daniels. Kicks it out to Ja Morant, who slams it down. Now Ja Morant going on the other end. Desmond Bane puts the jumper up, and we're fighting back. It's a 10-point game here. He's already got 18 points. McCollum to Zion. He's unguardable. He slams it in. Desmond Bane on the other end. Isoing at the top. The clock is winding down. 2, 1. It's going to count with 0.8 seconds left. But look at the score. Zion Williamson dunks it again. 77-97 again. The Grizzlies cannot close out in the fourth quarter. They're exchanging dunks. They're trying to get the crowd hype. It doesn't even matter. This game is over. Xavier Tillman isoing. He puts the 3 in. It's nice for show, but in reality, this wasn't really much of a game. We lost the game again. Larry Nance Jr., 17 rebounds. We lost the game again in the fourth quarter. We were close. We kept it close, and it just blew up. We need to find a way to close these games out, and I think really it's just a lack of experience. If we take a quick look at the playoff bracket, it was New Orleans versus Phoenix in a 7-game series, and it was Miami taking down the number 1 seed Milwaukee Bucks in a 6-game series. So it's going to be Miami versus New Orleans. You can see RJ Hampton getting the start over Kyle Lowry, Thomas Bryant getting traded to the Heat as well. We are here in a Game 7, so it went back and forth, back and forth. A lot of home teams winning the matchups. RJ Hampton turns it over to Larry Nance Jr. with a minute left. It's not really close at this point. You can see it's a 19-point ball game. They can't stop Zion Williamson down low. Thomas Bryant doesn't have an answer. Caleb Martin gonna ISO at the top. He pulls up from 3. It's off, and that's pretty much indicative of the Miami offense tonight. Only put up 72 points, and the team that knocked us out in a 7-game series goes on to win it. Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, both 18 points. Jimmy Butler 1 for 7 from 3. Plus minus is terrible. No one came to play for the Miami Heat. Zion Williamson wins Finals MVP in that 7-game series, and we are going to the next season. Now, looking at the draft lottery, it's going to be Detroit at 1, Atlanta at 2, and Charlotte falls all the way down to 4, while Washington jumps up to 3. And with the number 1 overall pick, the Detroit Pistons take another forward center in Norchad Omier from Miami. The Atlanta Hawks take a big man out of Auburn and Johnny Broom, and the Washington Wizards take a big man as well out of Florida, Micah Hangolden. And after the Celtics selection at 20, we are on the clock at 21 and 23 from the Los Angeles Lakers. We've got to find a way to add scoring to this team besides our few stars, and I'm looking at Jalen Bridges, a power forward with a great jump shot. He can score inside, and honestly, he can knock it down from 3 as well. Between him, we have Dylan Daisu from Texas, but really, I think looking at the attribute-wise, no one can really compete with Jalen Bridges. He's going to be the selection here at number 21 overall. And at pick 23, I want someone that can be versatile, someone with good size that can still score, and I think it's going to be Antoine Watson here. He's 6'8", 225. He averaged over 20 points and nearly 7 rebounds a game for the Gonzaga Bulldogs, and he also had a great clip from 3 as well. Having these extra scoring options are going to take a little bit of load off of our main stars, so Antoine Watson is the pick at 23. And that is going to be it for the 2024 NBA Draft. And in my opinion, we've got a little bit of a logjam at the guard position. D Rose didn't get a lot of minutes for us last year, and I think that he honestly could make a good contribution to a contending team. And I know after Milwaukee got rid of Drew Holiday, they are definitely desperate for a scrappy guard, so we are going to send Derrick Rose to the Bucks in exchange for a second-round pick this year. Now, after getting rid of Derrick Rose, we do need a better guard who can score off the bench, and I just don't believe in him after his age. I know CJ McCollum is 33, but he was super productive last year for the championship Pelicans. So I'm going to see if I can offer him a deal. Currently, our cap room is super low, so we need to make some moves. We also got Zach Fremantle in the second round. That's something I didn't mention, but he is a hell of a forward, so he might be able to make an impact for us. I'm debating getting rid of Zaire Williams, but instead I decided to get rid of Jake LaRavia just to make some cap room to sign CJ McCollum. So now we can give him a little bit of a better deal. No one has any offers on him, and for a 2-year deal for $7 million, he is a Memphis Grizzly. I'm really excited to see these rookies in the starting lineup. Antoine Watson's an athletic freak, and I know Jalen Bridges is going to be able to actually stretch the floor for us. But now I'm going to edit the lineup, adjust the minutes, and show you guys what I decide to go with for Season 2. Alright, here are the official starting minutes for Season 2. Now you can see Ja Morant and Triple J are getting the majority of the starting minutes, but our young starters at the forward position are going to be spelled off by some of our, middling vets, just to give us a little bit of, fatigue management. So we're going to simulate this entire season, and we're going to see how the awards look and how the playoffs shape up. Antoine Watson is an all-rookie forward, but unfortunately he's not able to win Rookie of the Year. That award goes to Hunter Dickinson. Ja Morant leads the league in assists for the second straight year. Julius Randle wins Defensive Player of the Year, and another foreign player wins MVP. This year, it's the Joker. And now let's take a look at the standings. The Memphis Grizzlies are the number 1 team in the NBA, 67 wins on the season. Ja Morant, 18 points, almost 9 assists per game. Desmond Bane, 18.5 points, 5.5 assists per game. Antoine Watson had over 12 points, 6 rebounds per game. Jalen Bridges, 13 points, 7.5 rebounds. Triple J's scoring went down a little bit. Luke Kennard off the bench was decent. Same with Zach Fremantle. We got a decent amount of production from our bench players. CJ McCollum did what he needed to do, shot extremely high from the three-point line. Now let's take a look at the bottom of the league, and somehow it's the Milwaukee Bucks with our inverse of our record, basically, as Derrick Rose is starting for this team. We traded him. We did not expect him to start there. Where is Damian Lillard? I'm looking him up. He plays for the 76ers. How the hell did this happen? He averaged almost 20 points per game and 6 assists. They must have traded him away. Are they tanking? What's happening here? Dame, Tyrese Maxey, they got Dylan Daisu too. How did this even happen? Was there a giant trade I don't know about? 76ers are the best team in the East, clearly with Damian Lillard. I don't know how this happened, but they are the number 1 seed in the East. We are taking on the young studs in OKC, and we come out to a 1-game lead, 92-70 in this first matchup. If we look at the overall team, we are leading by just about everything as far as stats go. We are averaging over 100 points per game, averaging more assists, more steals. This should not be too difficult of a series. We win this one 101-78. We go up 2-0 on the series. All right, game 3 in OKC. We blew them out 117-63. This is a closeout game. I don't know if we're going to win this one. We quick sim it. We lose 101-84, but now we are back at home. Game 5, up 3-1 in the series. Will we take care of the Thunder tonight? Let's go to the game and find out. It's game 5 here in Memphis. Can we close out this young OKC Thunder team, or are they going to be sticking around to make a push in the playoffs? We will find out soon.